Do you ever feel like you're not getting results? On today's video, I'm going to show you my secret to getting big results. All right, everybody is looking for results, me included. And a lot of times we take action and action and action. Everybody tells you just take massive action and you'll get results. And I wish that I learned this very early on in my career in house flipping and really in life, is the art of like understanding and visualizing the result that you're trying to get before you start taking action and decide what you're going to do. So I attended a Tony Robbins event a few years ago, and he taught me this. So what I want to do is I want to kind of sketch out these 4 boxes that he taught me and show you some of the things that I took away from it and some of the things that I implemented in my business to be pretty successful. So I've flipped almost 800 houses by now in the last 5 years. I've done a ton of other real estate deals. I have run multiple 7-figure businesses and one that we're working towards getting to 8 figures a year. So I'd say that I have some moderate level of success, and I'm gonna tell you how I did it. So what he taught me at this event was these 4 blocks. And you have to start out with potential. So you wouldn't be on this channel trying to figure out what you want to do next or how you want to grow your business or how you want to transition from what you're doing to go into real estate investing without some sort of potential. So you have some potential in your head where you believe that you have the potential to do something big. So I'm going to write that down here, potential. Okay, so we all have some potential. And I think we can all agree that we have some limitless potential. So like, we can pretty much do whatever we think that we can put our mind to. So if we have that, then the next step is to take action, right? And so what he said was once you have this potential in your head, you think that you can do something, you take some sort of action, right? And that creates a result. And that result has the ability to change our beliefs. And you go around in a cycle like that. So we take action, we get a result. If the result is beneficial to us, it's something that we're looking for, it's a good result, then it changes our belief system in a good way. We say, oh my gosh, I believe that I can do this. I think that I can do it. And then I have more potential, right? And with more potential, I take more action, I see more results, and I keep going around and around. Well, where this breaks, and I see it break a lot with our members of 7-Figure Flipping, our students, people that I've coached in the past, is right here. It's right here between action and result. So what happens is we have this potential, like they know that they think that they can do it. They have this idea. So you have this idea that you can do this thing. And you take the action that you think is necessary, and it doesn't produce the results that you're expecting. And typically what happens is we define our results based on something really big. Like I want to make $1 million a year, or I want to flip 40 houses this year, or 10 houses this year, when you've never flipped one before ever. Or I just want to do one deal. Even that kind of result, I just want to do one deal. And when you do that, what happens is you take all this action and the result is so far down the line doing that first deal that you're not looking at these small incremental steps that are happening that are moving you forward. And what happens is you go in the reverse cycle. So what happens is you don't get that first deal or it takes you too long. So an example, it took me 4.5 months to get my first deal. If all of my results relied on getting my first deal, I probably would have quit after month 2 or month 3. But instead, I looked at these actions that I was taking and these smaller results. So smaller measuring points of results over time. So an example was I started sending out some postcards. And instead of saying, I want to get a deal from this drop that I was making of postcards, I said, I just want to answer one phone call. I want to get a phone call. And I got a phone call. And even if it was somebody telling me to take me off their list or were really upset with me, I got that call, right? And so the next step, so that changed my belief. Like, oh my gosh, I put my phone number on a postcard, I send it out, somebody calls me, it works. Like this works, this thing works. And that changed my potential. I said, okay, well, I'm going to send more. And so I sent more and I took more action. Now my results, the result I was trying to measure was I want to get an appointment. So I actually want to go out and see somebody's house. And so I would work to make an appointment. And then I got an appointment that changed my belief system. Hey, somebody actually does want to talk to me about selling their house and so on and so forth. So you break that down into smaller steps. And the more times you go around this cycle, the goal here is to go around this cycle over and over and over again. And the more we can go around this cycle, the more results we're going to see and the more action we're going to take. So this is the process to taking more action, getting results, and changing our beliefs. Because when you change your belief, your potential is going to increase and you'll go out and take more action and see bigger results. This is the secret. This is the secret to getting to the next level of results. However, there's something even bigger than this. So this is the day-to-day and week-to-week and month-to-month actions that are taken inside of your head, right? But before you can even start, the big secret that I took from this, the reason why people don't take action and don't change their beliefs and don't increase their potential and don't see the results is they haven't pictured the big result, the thing that they're trying to get in their head and see it every single day. That's the problem. So I'm going to use an example for the airplane I just bought. I bought an airplane about 4 years ago. I've been flying for almost 20 years for the military and was a full-time Navy pilot for almost 15 years. And I bought my own airplane, and after that I said, I want to own a jet or a bigger airplane one day where I can go up high and I can go places a lot faster. But I knew these things were like a couple $1 million, like more expensive than my house, way more expensive than my house, like 4 times as expensive as my house. And I didn't know how I would afford it. And I still, frankly, don't know how I would afford it, but about a week ago, I closed on it. So I'm talking about a payment around $15,000 to $17,000 a month, which is way higher than any mortgage I've ever paid, way higher than any car payment, way higher than anything I've ever had to pay in my life. But I knew that I wanted to do this thing. There was a way that I wanted to accomplish this thing, right? I knew that this was the next level for me, frankly, to change my value of my time, to change my mindset, to change the next step, and something that I know that I will love and enjoy doing for the rest of my life. What I did was I just pictured this airplane in the hangar. Like I just pictured it. It's already happened. I didn't know how I was going to accomplish this. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I didn't know any of the things. But in my head, I just could see it. Like I closed my eyes and I could see it in my hangar. I could see this airplane. And it had already happened. Way before I started talking to a broker, way before I started dialing in exactly what plane I wanted, exactly making offers, going look at them, how am I going to finance it, finding insurance, all of that stuff. I just closed my eyes and I could see it in the hangar, and it had already happened. And at that point, it was very easy to go out and take action towards my goal. So for you, there's some goal that you want to have, but you have to already know what it is. You have to already have seen it. You have to already have accomplished it in your head before you go out and take action. And the majority of people, they do the exact opposite. They are like, oh, if I just take action, I'm going to see some results. When they haven't defined the result that they want, they haven't seen it, and they don't believe it. And so this right here can all happen. Everything except for the action can happen in your mind. And frankly, even the action, some pieces of that, you can picture and envision yourself. When we used to fly for the Navy, we would chair fly. We would sit in a chair when we're learning a new aircraft and new emergency procedures and all these things. We'd chair fly. So we'd sit in a chair and we'd pretend like we're touching all the switches and we're turning the dials and we're switching the frequency and we're climbing up to altitude and I'm reducing the power to level off and all of these things in aviation. Because I knew that if I could do it on the ground where there's no stress, where there's no issues, when there's no heat, no radio chatter, lots of people talking on the radio, no distractions, then maybe I can do it in the air. The same thing I remember back to my soccer career. I played soccer for a really long time. I remember my coach in high school, his name was Bill Stera, and he would say at halftime when we were down or I wasn't scoring a bunch of goals, I was a forward, he would say, Bill, you need to find your treasure map. Go find your treasure map. And we would envision and picture scoring the goal. I would close my eyes and I would see where I'm going to shoot, where the ball's going to go, where the goalie is, where all of the things, we kind of just envision it and picture it. And then we can go out and do it and try to accomplish it. So same thing for you in real estate, same thing for you in life. I want you to picture that thing that you want to do. Maybe it's your first deal. I want you to think about your first deal. I want you to think about that first check. I want you to see yourself at the closing table with that first check, exactly what it says on it. I want you to see it. I want you to touch it. I want you to feel it. I want you to take it to the bank. I want you to deposit it. I want you to see the money in your bank account. I want to see your bank account go up by 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever you want it to be. And then I want you to picture what you're going to do with that money. What trip are you going to take? What are you going to buy for yourself? What are you going to get your kids? What are you going to decide to do? How is your life going to change? And I want you to picture who you're with, what you're doing, what's happening, and see all of that. If you can see that, then what you can do is you can come back to this. And you can see the potential there. You can start taking the action and move towards that result that's already happened. It's already happened in your head. It's already happened in your mind. And for me, the airplane is a great example because it's recent. But for so much of this, I remember my first deal. I got $9,900. I got a check for it. It wasn't a wire. It was a check. $9,900. It was a $10,000 fee, and the attorney took $100 to close the transaction. I still remember getting that check. I remember depositing it. That was 4.5 months after I got started, and I remember how I felt. That changed my belief system substantially. Like day and night difference, my beliefs changed. This was possible. I can wholesale. I can become a full-time real estate investor. And then I went on to do 67 deals that first year, 135 the year after that, 187 the year after that, and then over 200 deals for the years following. And I'll tell you right now, it was all because of that one deal and that feeling that I had that I saw it. And if I could go back and do this all over again, I would have envisioned that moment for that first deal or that next deal or that big deal. Like when we've done apartment buildings, I can envision it. When I've lent money, I've done bigger deals now. I use this strategy to get to the next level of my action, and it keeps me going towards the result that I'm looking for, even when I don't see results yet. So many people say, how do you get to where I want to be from where I am, having never done this or never taken any action or even tried? You have to envision the goal and the result already. It has to already have happened for you to back up, change your beliefs, change your potential, change your action to get to that result. So I know that this is helpful because look, Tony Robbins taught me this. I went a lot deeper in it today than he talks about, but going around and around this circle so many times, breaking it up into small goals, figuring out that big goal, making sure that it's already happened in your mind, you've already seen it, you know how it feels, you know who you're with, you can see it in your bank account, you can see the deal going down. That is going to change your action, and it will take off the limiter from anything that you need to do. So if you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend, and tell somebody else about what we're doing. I'm going to continue to make these, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.